Previously on Ocarina of Time, we grabbed the Kokiri sword, picked up the Deku shield, and met the Great Deku Tree. Now that we're inside, let's explore and see what challenges lie ahead, and try not to die horribly. Let's dive in. Deku Nuts. Throwable items you can use to bring the cannon whoop-ass down on enemies. Throw them and it'll flash like a paparazzi camera at a celebrity meltdown. So, like I mentioned in part 1, this is a Deku Baba. There are only two types of Deku Babas throughout the game, Withered Deku Babas and Big Deku Babas. Withered Deku Babas stand still and are easy to defeat. They always drop a Deku Stick. Big Deku Babas lunge at you, and what they drop depends on where you hit them. Hit the head for a Deku Nut, or hit the neck or stem to get a Deku Stick. So, funny thing, when I first played Ocarina of Time, I didn't really like it that much. I was more into Majora's Mask. It actually took me like 5 tries to finally play through this game, and once I did, it easily became one of the best games I've ever played, and then I realized why people actually praise this game so much. Look at this wall, the vines growing on it give it a rough surface. Maybe you can climb it, Link. Here's the dungeon map. This basically lets you see the full layout of the dungeon, even rooms you haven't visited yet. You can open a door by standing in front of it and pressing A. Pay attention to what the action icon says. That's the A button icon on the upper screen. This is a Deku Scrub. They first appeared in Ocarina of Time on the Nintendo 64. They shoot Deku Nuts at you, but you can block them with your Deku Shield to deflect the attack back at them. There are different types, each with their own behavior and purpose. While the Deku Shield is the most common way to defeat them, there are other methods too. Is it just me, or does Link give a little spin every time a door opens in these dungeons? He's like, yes, I just solved a puzzle, and then he starts dancing, doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and I know y'all can't see me, but I'm definitely busting out the moves. Link's out here treating these puzzles like it's karaoke night or something. And here we have the fairy slingshot. If you want to see someone else dance besides Link, just load up a Deku seed in this baby and watch the magic happen. You can find Deku seeds by cutting grass or defeating certain enemies. After grabbing the fairy slingshot, check out these vines over here. If you climb up, you'll reach a hidden alcove with a small treasure chest. Inside, you'll find a recovery heart. I need to get my fairy slingshot out. This is a hard puzzle. I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do. Oh, that was easy. Now, while we are making our way to our next location, let's talk a little bit about the Great Deku Tree. The Great Deku Tree first appeared in The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, but he also shows up in other Zelda games, but in different locations. Its main appearances include The Wind Waker, where he lives in Forest Haven, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, where he's found in Korok Forest, and Echoes of Wisdom, where he resides in the Eternal Forest. Beyond those main appearances, he also shows up briefly in games like Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, where he only appears near the end, along with a few other Zelda spin-offs. These are wall tulips, or skull wall tulips, whatever you want to call them. They cling the vines on walls and knock you down if you get too close. Best to hit them from a distance. Alright, now stay with me here. Sometimes climbing these vines kind of feels like you're on your way up the Sky Island from One Piece. I half expect Luffy to swing by on the Going Merry or something, but stay with me here. Stay with me. This is called a Skulltula. You can't hit them from the front, so wait for them to turn around and hit them from behind or soft belly. They usually block your path. A jump attack is the quickest way to finish them off. So in this room, you'll want to press the switch right here. Then you'll want to make your way to that treasure chest without falling, because then you'll have to start over. And here we got the compass. This is useful because it shows where treasure chests and the boss room are on the map. Getting the dungeon map and the compass within each dungeon makes 100% of the game a lot easier. Now let's press the switch again and go over here, which you will find a treasure chest with a recovery heart inside. Now this is a gold spatula. There are 100 gold spatulas hidden throughout the game. Finding them earns you rewards along the way, and I'll be pointing them out as we go. There are 3 gold spatulas you can grab in this dungeon right now, but technically there's a 4th one you have to come back for later once you got the right item. Alright, so here we are going to cast the Sacred Art of Ninjutsu, very important stuff. What you want to do is light the Deku stick, and right before it burns out, quickly swing your sword. That cancels the flames and keeps the stick from breaking. Simple, but cool trick to know. And now we are done with this part of the dungeon, so let's defeat this spatula right here. Now we can make our way underground. And here's that second gold spatula. You'll know one's nearby when you hear that distinctive scraping sound that they make. And the last one for this dungeon, at least for now, is also in the same area over here. And then after getting all gold spatulas that we can get in this dungeon, we are going to head over here, hit the switch, and we are going to open this treasure chest. We already know what's going to be inside. That's right, a recovery heart, of course. And yeah, we're just going to light our Deku stick. So on the outside of the Great Deku tree, he just looks like a normal tree. He doesn't look that big. And then you walk inside and you're like, damn! He suddenly becomes the biggest damn tree of all time! And I always thought that was funny. Another Deku scrub. Please forgive me, Master. I'll never do it again. If you spare me, I'll teach you something cool. You will never beat my brothers up ahead unless you punish them in the proper order. The order is 2, 3, 1. 23 is number 1. Do you think I'm a traitor? Yes. Yes, I do. This is an eye switch. Shoot it with your slingshot and activate something like opening a locked door. There are different types of eye switches throughout the game, but I'll go over those as I get to them. Now we are in the water room. After you get into the water, if you hold down A, you can dive. If you hold down L while underwater, you can change your view. I bet there are some interesting things down there. So after talking to Navi, we can dive underwater, hit this underwater switch. This will lower the water temporarily, allowing us to avoid the rotating spike log. Then we can go back over here, jump on the floating platform, and ride it across to the other side. And waiting for this platform is like waiting for a dentist appointment. Like, get your slow floating platform ass over here before Link starts busting out the dance moves of boredom on you. Stand next to this block and grab hold of it with A. While holding A, you can push or pull it. If you stand next to the block and press A while pressing toward the block, you can climb on top of it. Pay attention to what the action icon says. Link must be doing that Rock Lee style training behind our backs to push this giant block like it's nothing. And speaking of Rock Lee, for some reason, every time I think of his name, I imagine it as broccoli, and then I'm like, wait a minute, that can't be right. Broccoli's a vegetable. His name's not broccoli unless he like eats a ton of broccoli or something. But I've seen the anime, and that's definitely not the case. This room's basically just a simple torch lighting puzzle. You light your Deku stick with the first flame, then use it to light the 2 unlit torches, and that opens the door. These are called Goma eggs. You can either shoot them from a distance to destroy them right away, or you can walk further into the room and let them hatch. I'll shoot one now and let the others hatch so y'all can see what happens. This is what happens when they hatch. They fall from the ceiling and become what's known as Goma larva and try to attack you. Well, that's pretty much everything I wanted to say in this part, but I do want to mention that I try to upload at least once a week if I can. The reason it might take me a little while sometimes is just because I have a lot going on. I'm learning programming. I'm also learning Korean since I plan on moving to South Korea in the next 2 to 3 years. So yeah, if it takes a few days or so to upload videos, that's pretty much why. But I do try to stay consistent, but sometimes it can get a little out of hand. Now, aside from all that, I'll just briefly mention some of the upcoming games I've been thinking about playing. I've been considering doing a playthrough of Castlevania Symphony of the Night, maybe pointing out some secrets and cool facts as I go. I've also been thinking about doing a full series on Final Fantasy from 1 through 10, and eventually I'd like to go through most of the Pokemon games all the way up to the 3DS era in order as another long-running series. So yeah, lots of ideas in mind, and I'll see what I get around to first. So y'all remember that Deku scrub that I talked to earlier who gave me that code 231? Well, these are the brothers he was talking about. You just defeat them in that exact order, and that's pretty much it. How did you know our secret? How irritating. It's so annoying that I'm going to reveal the secret of Queen Goma to you. In order to administer the coup de grace to Queen Goma, strike with your sword while she's stunned. Oh, Queenie, sorry about that. And that wraps up part 2. We made our way through the Deku tree, solved some puzzles, filled with some enemies, and learned a couple of useful tricks along the way. Next time we'll be heading straight for the boss, Queen Goma.